William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate. How to play the Trilby Tour rule number 103. If you're coming to spectate at an event, please be aware that you do so at your own risk. Whilst every effort is made to encourage the competitors to play decent golf, we cannot guarantee that you won't end up cowering behind a tree. We arrive at the 2019 Trilby Tour's last event, the International Grand Final, held on the glorious fairways of Hull Golf Club in the shadow of the Humber Bridge. The final puts together the best players from every match in the Trilby year to determine who will become the 2019 World Champion. In the show we have the best play of the day. We look back at all the year's regional championships. There's the four-man three-hole playoff to find our world champion, and we have some terrible shots in Rogues Gallery. But now, here's our commentator, Rob Lee.
Thanks, Mac. After a testing season, it is the final event of this year's Trilby Tour. It's the International Grand Final at an old favourite, Hull Golf Course. 9 regional champions, the best 10 players from each and every event, and some returning world champions as well. Here's William on the first.
I'm going to go with your full title today, David Hughes.
Yeah.
You are the big dog.
I am the big dog.
Yeah. Now, we saw you down at the Springs.
Yeah.
You had a brilliant day that day, didn't you?
It was awesome.
Out with your hero.
Yeah, Teddy.
You beat him.
Yeah, on the 18th, we were neck and neck.
To get here.
And he didn't. How good is that? He was so gracious. Bless him. What a cracking guy. Teddy Sheringham, wonderful man.
And you're here, big dog.
I'm
You've
here,
made
do you
it
know
to the
what?
final.
7 years, Fox Hill, 7 years ago, when I first came and you were barking at everybody how rubbish we were. And I just thought, I'm not having this. I am going to win this. This is the Colosseum of golf for amateurs. And we are the gladiators. And everybody here made top 10. Doesn't sound much, boys. Come and do it. Took me 7 years. Beat that.
Big dog on that trophy tonight?
Oh, wouldn't it be sweet? Well, it would be so sweet. I think, I don't know, where do you go from there? PGA Tour?
Gladiators, Colosseums, where's the lions? Where's the leopards? We got a dog. It's a big dog. Dave. Oh, and he's got the howl going early. That's a lovely start. Little ripple fairway at Hull Golf Club. It's a beauty.
Carl, great to see you in the final. You're a man of not short of confidence, are you, Carl?
I enjoy this, and one day I am going to win this. This is my 9th go, and
that's the 9th time you've said that.
Today's the day, and it's the 9th time I have said that.
Now you've got with you today. Who's on your bag?
I've got my son on the bag, and the last time he was on the bag was in 2007 down at Sprowston Manor.
Yeah.
So 12 years ago, and he's
wow.
He's grown up a bit since then, and he's got a bit bigger.
So he's telling you what to do, and you're listening.
Yeah,
now.
and I'm now listening because he's a lot bigger than me, and I do as I'm told.
What can you bring us today?
I'm going to bring some accuracy to this course.
Yeah.
It's a tough course. I've played it a few times. I'm quietly confident, and I'm just going to give it my best shot again, as I always try and do.
Carl Thorne, look at that waggle. It's with intent. Whoosh. Oh, yes. The 9 handicapper. Maybe it's all the 9s. 9th Trilby Tour event, 9 handicapper. Lashed it down the left-hand side. Lovely. Hessel's finest.
Mitchell, great to see you at the final. 2 attempts to get here, and you made it.
Yeah, had a tough year this year, but it's battled through and kind of got there in the end.
Yeah, yeah.
I think 36 points at Northamptonshire got me joint 6th, so got
So you weren't far away from the playoff then, weren't you?
No, I was leader in the clubhouse when I came in.
Yeah, you were there all day, weren't you?
Yeah,
like,
and then
staring
a couple
at
of hours towards the end, which was
slipping down the scoreboard,
trickling down.
Yeah,
It's like the rain was that day.
Yes, yes. A little bit of experience, and of making the top 10. There's no top 10 today. You've got to be that top 4, or you've lost.
Well, it's got to take each hole as it comes today. Just if you have a bad one, let it go.
Mitchell, do your best.
Mitchell, who qualified at Whittlebury Park, that was in his first Trilby Tour, and now his second one is the final. It's left. Oh, that one's trundling away, but nowhere near the fairway. But that's the first tee shot, done and dusted.
Craig, blow up. Should we just call you blow up?
Yeah, they usually do.
Because you've played every year, really.
Yeah.
Virtually every year.
Yes.
And you've made the final virtually, if not exactly.
Yeah, every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
But you've not won anything yet. And
No,
you can play.
Yeah, I sort of seems to get in contention, and as soon as I see the cameras, I blow up.
Why?
I just
Surely you can,
make me nervous.
I know, but look, you're a big lad,
So,
you're a good player.
yeah,
Surely you
but
can block them out, yeah. Because I've seen you
No.
dig in and dig out a score.
Yeah, I have.
You know, when the pressure's on.
Still, as soon as the camera's there, I will blob the hole more or less, or bogey it or whatever. I just can't play under the cameras.
I actually feel for you. I feel for you.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
this is not a sort
I
of.
really do suffer.
You're not saying this light-heartedly, are you?
No, I do suffer when the cameras are about.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we get the producers to keep the cameras off you?
If we can, yes.
Fat
please.
chance.
Yeah, exactly.
I think William Hunt should provide counselling for some of the players after he's got them into a gibbering wreck mental space. Like Craig Blackford. He's actually starting to believe William's twaddle. Or maybe William's right. Let's see. It's okay. It's all right. One day he won't blow up. Onto the golf course. Dave, the big dog Hughes. He sent that up into the sky, very high. Soft lander. And he's played it very well. It's a lovely shot. And so he's in position. Cares second to the third, which is a 425-yard par 4. It's a decent hole. Stroke index 3. So anything on the green would be good. Just stay there. Easy. Nah, it's not bad. He can putt that. It's not bad at all. Mitchell Kerr. Now, we talked about blow-up Blackford. Look at him. He's in the red. When you see red next to a player's score on the Trilby Tour, it means they're doing really well. And in the breezy conditions, he continues to strike it right out of the middle of the bat. Fifth hole's a tricky little par 4, 375 yards. That needed a little more, I fancy. But the next one will be left to right. Thompson second at 7. Slightly out of position, but it's all right. He was taking the ground route. To thread it through those bunkers from there would have been pretty special. Kerr's third at the third. That left for his par, 3.5 feet with a bit of twist. Everybody wants blow up Blackford to not blow up. Keep this good play going. That was quick down the hill, as well judged from Craig. Into the back 9. And that's a really nice putt. So Dave, the big dog Hughes, 23. Look at the fist and everything. Oh, game face. Mind you, you expect that. It's the final. It's a Trilby Tour World Championship. That needs to get a little giddy up. Go on, bit more. Delicate shot it was. Back to Thorne's putt at the 5th. We know it's left to right. He didn't. So that'll be a putt he'd like to have again. Meanwhile, that's Kerr's par attempt. Looked very simple for him. Mitchell Kerr. Thompson for the par at the 7th. Go on, Kevin. In you go. Yes, that's how you do it. Rattled in the back. In the end, it was 33 points for the 18 handicapper. Back to William with last year's world champion.
Simon, you've given one trophy back this year already at Gaudet Luce. That hurt a little bit, didn't it?
It did hurt because I didn't play my best golf.
No, and I was expecting you to come back and defend that, and I think you were too.
Yeah, I felt good on the day.
Yeah.
I just couldn't get it going at all from the start. From the first tee shot, you just
Thinking about it too much?
Probably, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the pressure was there. Obviously, try and retain it.
Yeah.
Hopefully today, it's a bit different. First of all, I want to be the only one to ever defend the Trilby Tour World Final, and I want to feel that buzz again that we felt last year when Owen learnt putt at the end.
What's your tactic?
Just try and keep it straight off the tee, keep it in play, and just play my game. And I know if I play my game, last year's good enough, it must still be good enough this year.
In many ways, it must be nice to come back to a final as the world champion. And in another way, it must be horrible because the chances of you being world champion at the end of the day's golf is pretty slim. However, with intention, ripped it down the first. Maybe it is going to be back-to-back wins for Simon Deacon.
Here on the 12th is Paul Llewellyn preparing his approach. During the break, see if you can work out what happened next. William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate. Before the break, we showed you Paul Llewellyn on the 12th and asked you to work out what happened next. Well, quite obviously, a Trilby rolled along behind him, followed by a weirdly tiptoeing spectator. What else did you expect? Very easy to work out that one. Now, back to Rob.
Welcome back. We are at Hull Golf. I can't get over that guy running behind there with the hat rolling. That was a beauty, wasn't it? We are at Hull Golf Club. It's the Trilby Tour International Grand Final. The leader in the clubhouse is Kev Thompson, 33 points. That probably won't be good enough. But before we get back to the coverage from the fairways, let's go to Mac, who's going to tell us how everybody got into this position through a long season.
The 2019 Trilby Tour season began in the familiar surroundings of Bobra Golf Club near Norwich, where Chris Ashmore managed to beat players with lower handicaps and much better local knowledge to become champion of Norfolk.
You know, it was just a pleasure to be there. I went there the whole day, no expectations. You know, making the top 10 would have been absolutely amazing. But then, you know, actually winning it and ending up at a venue like this is, you know, unbelievable.
Week 2, and it was yet another wet event at lovely Preston Golf Club, where one day the sun will surely shine on us. Braving the rain this year, though, long-time Trilby Tourian Mark Rosenbrook played the round of his life to take the title Champion of Lancashire.
I just got lucky that day and everything went my way, and I managed to have a couple of chip-ins, and it was just one of those days where I just couldn't do anything wrong. Whether that'll ever happen again, I don't know.
Kerris Green once again hosted the Championship of Cumbria, and club favourite Mike Turner showed the competition how to keep a calm head as he retained the title of Cumbrian champion.
Yeah, it was good. Obviously winning the year before, felt confident. Great day again at Kerris Green. Played nicely, just played really solid. Didn't make too many mistakes. Had one bad hole, but that was early on, so managed to recover it during the round. And came in with a solid 36 points, and thankfully I managed to get myself into the playoff again, so yeah, it was good.
The rain caught up with the tour again at Whittlebury Park for the 4th event, where Trilby newbie Tom Heifer became the champion of Northamptonshire at the very first time of asking.
Yeah, first time I've ever played the Trilby, so yeah, I was nervous. I'd be lying if I said I weren't, but yeah, like I say, a couple of geezers hit it left and right before me, put me a little bit at ease, gripped it down the middle, and then yeah, they carried on making mistakes, which kind of made it a little bit easier for me, to be fair, which I'm not complaining about.
Back to tidy Trentlock in week 5 in the Championship of Nottinghamshire, where delighted Richard Foster kept his cool to become champion in his home county.
It's nothing like it. It doesn't anything like it. Try, like you say, you know the format, you watch it on the telly, but you can't prepare yourself for that. It stood on that 18th tee, all you can see is water. I couldn't even see a flag, could barely see a green. And you just hit it and hope, to be honest. It was a bit of an eye shut shot, and it come off, but it was, yeah, knees trembling all the way. Basically, all the way from the second playoff hole, it was nerve-wracking. Just a matter of keeping it together.
The fragrant surroundings of God It Loose once again played host to the Championship of Worcestershire, and the player who triumphed after a tight playoff was Danny Ludgate. Glorious sunshine met the players at Killick-Percy for the Championship of Yorkshire, which saw Shanil Mukherjee dedicate the victory to his caddy, #1 supporter and ecstatic son, Harry.
I was really calm, to be honest. The whole thing about it was just to get here, qualify for the top 10. To get in the playoff and finish top 4 was a bonus, and anything thereafter was the icing on the cake. And it was really nice because obviously it meant so much to Harry as well, and he cried all the way, pretty much cried all the way home in the car. He was so emotional. It was lovely. I mean, that's the fantastic thing about this event, about the Trilby Tour, is that it's just good, clean fun, and there's very little of that now.
More rain and wind at the Springs for the Championship of Oxfordshire, where first-time Trilby Tourian Amos Halpin kept his head while all around lost theirs to become champion of the county.
No, you know, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't easy. It's not easy at all, but I was concentrated. I didn't feel too nervous. I really enjoyed it. I was really looking forward to it because I wasn't expecting to be there because I had to go through a splash off to get there. So straight in, no time to think about it. It was perfect. Yeah, worked really well.
And the final regional champion to join the players at the final was Damon Raikes, who best navigated the tight turns of new venue Dale Hill to become the first ever champion of Sussex.
After seeing it on the telly and talking to people, it was quite breathtaking in the end. I didn't realise how much pressure of the whole situation in the day is put on you, but yeah, it was great. Loved it.
Wonderful memories for all the players that are champions on this year's Trilby Tour. You can look at that forever. It will never ever go away. Simon Deacon, let's start with him because he is the reigning world champion. This is his tee shot at the 8th. That's a pretty good one. 8th is a par 3, just 138 yards, little tiddly hole. And that's a 20-footer for his birdie too. Chris Ashmore, of course, one of this year's champions. We'll take you through a run now and show you how they're getting on the final. His second of 17. He was the champion of Norfolk. He is the champion of Norfolk. Mark Rosenbrook, champion of Lancashire from here, Hull Golf Club. Taking a cut at this one. It's his third, though, to the 12th. Playing off of 9. He's used to Trilby Tour events. He's played lots of them. Ashmore trying to lob this one to the green. Get it up. Oh, no, not quite what he was looking for. But just remember, it's worth remembering, every player here has played well this year to get into this final. Sometimes your game's just not there on the day. That was a very eager birdie putt. Mark Rosenbrook, in the end, 29 points. That does not make it to the playoff score, I would fancy. Ashmore's fourth. Got more of the ball than he wanted, that's for sure. So we'll leave him and go back to the reigning world champion, Simon Deacon. Oh, yes. Who's going to say he's not going to do it again? I am, because he only got 27 points. Once a world champion, always a world champion. 17th hole, 20 points for Chris Ashmore. And that's actually really well judged. But running out of fuel, 23 points for Chris. We'll see you next year. The man who won in Nottinghamshire is Richard Foster. Plays off of 4. And this at the 8th. Got a little bit of speed there in that swing. And that's the wrong club. Almost finished now is Mike Turner, who comes from Keras Green, and he is the champion of Cumbria. And he's played that well, but he'll need 2 birdies and a miracle. Foster from distance for the birdie. Right across the green at the 8th. It's a good putt, very good putt. And that sort of 3-foot circle from there was decent, definitely. Now, has he been in the hazard here? No, it's his third. This is Tom Heifer, who won in Northamptonshire. And as you can see, all the champions who obviously have had a good season, they're not tearing it up. Heifer, another one of those. Foster for the par at the 8th. Yeah, he holds it on that occasion, but only 28 points. Hull Golf Club baring its teeth. It's swatting away these champions with gay abandon. To the 17th and Turner, surely 27 points. Oh no, robust effort you might say. Oxfordshire's champion is Amos Halpin, who won it very nicely. He's on the 16th, and the 16th at Hull Golf Club is a 175-yard par 3, 2 par 4s to finish, which are both over 435 yards. So this might be the last birdie opportunity. Back to Heifer, whose par putt is very decent. 23 points. just because you win a Trilby Tour event, you become a champion, doesn't mean you're going to turn up with all the goods at the final. It's not guaranteed. The most recent winner, of course, Damon Raikes. And he won his playoff in fine style. 3 pars, made it look easy. That's in a bunker, front left. Turner's 4th at the 17th. Oh yeah, well done. 32 points for Mike Turner. He's a 1 handicapper. That does not make the playoff. Really enjoyed the win of Chanel Mukherjee, who's from here, Hull Golf Club. He's the champion of Yorkshire. Won it with his son on the bag. I think they're back together again. Oh, he's played that well, hasn't he? Hasn't he just? Take that all day long. That wind still whipping across the James Braid layout. Halpin, 22 points after 15 holes. Pretty tricky shot he played from there. That's wonderful. Brilliant touch. Not enough points to get in amongst it, but a superb chip shot. Raikes with his 2nd. Splash bung? Oh, yes, I think so. Tried to fly it all the way into the hole. Everybody struggling. Not seeing anybody in the red. Halpin. Oh, it's a dreaded lip out. What a shame after a wonderful chip shot. 25 points for Amos. Raikes for the par. We get to 13 points. Oh, and he does. Ooh, big fist pump. A big 31 points, but it's not good enough to make it through to the playoff. The final 4 could be champion free from the season. It really could be at this rate. Come on, Chanel. For the champions. Oh, yes, that's what you do. 34 points for Chanel, and that's the best score of the day so far. So Chanel's the only one of our regional champions that still has a chance of making it through to the 4-man playoff. So with that in mind, let's join William, who's with Aaron Pheasant, to look at the 3 playoff holes here in Hull.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here with Aaron Pheasant, a legend, an absolute legend of the Trilby Tour. I mean, you were one of the first adopts of it.
One of the first.
You must have done nine tours now? Is that 9 events?
9 events now.
9 events.
Oh, yeah.
We're here at Hull again. This is the 5th time at Hull now.
Yeah.
We've had pairs.
Yeah.
It's our third grand final.
Loving it.
It fits, doesn't it? It just fits beautifully. Like me and you.
Yeah,
we
well.
just fit beautifully. I mean, look at us both. Beauty's the pair. Beauty's the pair. As they say, you know, God didn't make many perfect heads. The rest he covered in hair.
You've got it right.
Exactly. Now, we're going down the 1st hole, obviously.
Yeah.
The 4th.
Yeah.
And the 18th.
And the 18th.
That's our loop. Now, the 1st hole is uphill.
Yeah.
Looks pretty straightforward.
It is. It's a par 5. It's not the longest.
Yeah.
505 yards.
Yeah.
But you know, William, playoff time, players beat themselves up about
It's what's between these, isn't it?
Yeah, you've got it.
If we go down there, what difficulty have we got to get it? Because you can't get blocked out the right, can't you?
Look, the fairway on the 1st is quite wide. It's quite generous.
Yeah.
If you miss it by 5 yards, you're going to be in trees.
Yeah.
I think your difficulty comes when you approach the green. The pin is cut 8 yards onto the 6 yards from the left. So anything over the pin.
That's your doing, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it's my doing. We don't want to make it easy for these guys. This is a Trilby Tour.
Yeah.
So any putt from over the back of the pin is going to be so quick.
What are these greens running at today? Because they're raving about them, but they're saying they're incredibly quick.
Yeah, well, we've had a bit of rain the last 2 days, so we're not as fast as we normally get them, but they're 10.5 on the stimp, so they're fast enough.
Fast enough. Now, our next hole is?
The 4th.
The 4th hole.
Yep. Par 3.
What should we worry about that? Because again, par 3 shouldn't be that difficult, should they?
It's a short hole. The guys can be coming in here with an 8-iron, could be coming in with a 7-iron.
Wind dependent?
Wind dependent, but it's a typical James Braid design par 3, which is a small green, closely guarded by bunkers, but the trick is hitting the green.
And we like a bit of James Braid, don't we?
We love James Braid. 5 times Open winner, made some legendary golf courses.
Yeah.
But if you miss this green, left or right, it's so hard to get up and down, so hard.
Evil.
Terrible.
Pin position there?
The pin's cut tight right, so it just brings that bunker on the right-hand side of a green into play.
So we're having a bit of a tight right day so far?
Yeah. I feel so.
Last hole, 18th, the scene of many legendary Trilby Tour battles now. It can be difficult. It's straightforward. When the big lads like these two lads, they can get down there, can't they?
Yeah, to your everyday golfer, they're firing in here with long clubs.
Yeah.
These guys, I've seen it time and time again, they can knock it down there, whether knocking a wedge. But, you know, playing downhill, down breeze a little.
Wind with today,
and adrenaline.
Yeah.
Heaps and heaps of adrenaline.
Just get a bit cold at night, so that might not be quite as big, the shots in the evening.
The wind comes off the river Humber, it gets a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
The pin's cut right at the back, 29 paces
on the right side again?
Yeah, if you miss this green long, you've got a horrible little chip. You just won't want it. You'd rather be short.
No, we saw that last couple of years ago, didn't we? Llewellyn had a nasty shot coming back, but he did it well.
Yeah, well, certain players can. Llewellyn, he always raises his game.
Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, William. Let's get back out to the golf course and see if people can get in the red. Person with a chance is Carl Thorne, the Hessel man. That's fine. That is fine. He's from Hull. He'll know this golf course. Into the back nine now for Mitchell Kerr. And that's a decent effort from the 14 handicapper. Playing in only his second Trilby Tour event. Craig Blackford still in the red. Despite the breeze, despite the tricky conditions, and still making some marvellous swings. Look at that. That's to 14. George Owen going nicely. He qualified at Keras Green. And that one's stopping pretty well. Get in amongst the trees and it doesn't blow that much. You can see that flag was fairly quiet, but then you get out on the exposed holes and it's a problem. Here's one of them for Thorne. It's birdie putt at 7. 12 points so far. It's all good. Give it a chance. Oh, give it a chance. This might be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. And he's taken it. 36 points for Carl Thorne on a tough scoring day. That's looking pretty. Really pretty. Mitchell Kerr. Through the shadows. Mottle light. And that one just not quite hit hard enough. However, 37 points for Mitchell Kerr. New clubhouse leader. Put himself in a very strong position. Craig Blow Up Blackford. I mean, Craig Blackford, his mum called him. It's quite nice, isn't it? Now he's got to introduce Blow Up, and, well, there's an example where he got his name from. What a putt. But what a score. 38 points for Craig. Come on. This is your year. It's your time. Back out to the middle of the back nine, and George Owen. Go on. Oh, yeah. Tasty. And the best round of the day. 39 points from George Owen. Safely through to the four-man playoff. Well, throughout the entire season, we're very concerned with the top 10. Not here at the Trilby Tour International Grand Final because it's the first four and no one else. So we don't care if you're fifth or worse. Your history, it's between George Owen, Craig Blackford, Mitchell Kerr and Carl Thorne. And we'll find out very shortly which one of those is going to be a world champion. Which one of those has got the cojones to get the job done. We're going to find out very shortly.
William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate.
And this is it, the Trilby Tour for 2019. It all ends here with the final four players that have made it through to see who is going to be the Trilby Tour International Grand Final champion of 2019. Hull Golf Club has never looked better. I've never seen four men looking more nervous. This is going to be spine-tingling. Here's William with the panel.
Thanks, Rob. I'm here on the first tee with a man everyone knows, Aaron Pheasant, and James Killer Vos, the man with the strongest psyche in this game we have ever met. Now, this hole is pretty straightforward, isn't it? This shouldn't cause them too much problem. These are the best of the best today. The best of the Trilby Tour.
Yeah, I think it's straightforward in the practice round.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more straightforward
Yeah.
when I set off for the first round today, but in a playoff at the International Grand Final, it can all change, can't it? Playing into headwind here, the drive's really important to get a good second shot away.
Now, we've got three lads today had pars, and Craig Blackford had a blob, messed this up. Still got 37 points with a blob on the first. So he's got to be feeling a bit nervous. James, do you know anything about nerves?
No, I try to avoid them if at all possible. But it's the first hole of the playoff. Don't think Craig's made the playoff before.
Yeah.
He's a good, steady player, but as we all know...
He doesn't like the cameras, does he?
No, he's not a
yeah,
fan.
he does not like
he's
the
not
cameras.
A fan. He's not a fan.
Now, you know these lads. You know Carl. You know, we all know Blow Up. We don't know so about George, and we don't know. I don't know anything about Mitchell.
I played with George today.
Yeah,
Steady,
you did, didn't you?
Steady play.
So,
Played very well back nine.
Okay.
Very well.
Yeah. Right, guys, I'm going to put you on the spot. Who's going to win?
George.
Carl Thorne.
Carl Thorne.
Local boy.
I want Craig to win, but I'm going with George Owen. He's a match
And
boy.
Mitch is just left out in the cold with
And
no
Mitch,
votes
Mitch will probably
whatsoever.
win. Mitch
Yeah,
is gonna
probably.
Win. Yeah. Back to you, Rob.
Well, this is it. William's quite right. It's back to the 4. One man has a chance for glory. The other 3 will be has-beens. 3 holes to play, of course, and all the handicaps are out the window, as it should be, if you're going to be an international champion of note. This is a great moment when they get introduced big time. It's like big-time boxing, making their way down to the tee, and look at all the guests and the spectators and the fans. It's quite the scene here in Hull.
And we invite to the tee, Mr. George Owen.
George Owen, 23, handicap of 5, and played Green Mountain Golf Club. Back 9, 200 gross back 9, so 22 points. So I'm 4 birdies back 9, so played well. And I was steady coming in. It's quite a tough finish, the last 3, but 3 pars to finish. Nice, yeah. Parred the first, parred 4, parred 18, but the 3 tough holes there. The first isn't easy, it's long, and then that par 3 is like a short, tricky one. I think I might be at 9-9 in the morning, but it was straight downwind and couldn't really stop it. There was nowhere to stop the ball, so I just raced off the back. But the last, I think it's 460 par 4, so it's long, the last, it's tough, but it does play short. I hit drive a 9-9 into it, so, but it's not easy. It's just all about hitting the fairway. You keep it on the fairway, you can score pretty well.
Golf's never been any different, just find the fairway. So much so, he's going with a fairway wood at a par 5. Oh, he's made a good move at that. He's the lowest handicap of all 4. Plays off a 5.
Next to play,
He doesn't want that back.
for Craig Blackford.
Craig Blackford, age 49, Redditch Kingfisher Golf Club, handicap 9. Started bad, it's a nice tee shot on the first, walked off with a blob from perfect position. But yeah, after that, just played solid. Just done nothing wrong, the odd bogey, and that's it, and got round well. 1 free putt, where round here, that's good, because the greens were so fast. And to be honest with you, I found myself the wrong side of the hole a few times, and it's 2 putted every time, which is really good. So done well putting wise, yeah. First, I blobbed. I've hit a good tee shot, so I thought I'd try and get as close as I can with a 3-wood second shot. Won't be happening in the playoff. The second, I parred. It's a good tee shot. It's about 15 foot, and 18th, nice tee shot. Managed to get them down for par. So I would mean the will to win, especially after every comp I'm at, I'll get called blow up Blackford. So to try and get rid of that would be great, and to win it, well, to win it out of 1,000 people is brilliant, isn't it? So the best amateur comp there is. To win that, that's top of the tree, innit, I suppose. So yeah, it'd be ace.
Well, it would be nice. If he wins this, he can be Craig the Rock Blackford. He gives it a good dig. Really good. That was uninhibited. That's special.
Mitchell Kerr, 42, Shropshire Golf Club, playing off 14. I had a really good day today. The condition of the course was great. The greens were superb. And just stuck to my game plan and played safe most of the day. Holed some putts and, fortunate to score 37 points. My putting for sure today was my strength. Holed some good putts today and holed at least one from off the green. So that really stood me in good stead today. The course was absolutely fabulous. I'd definitely come back here and play, especially with the conditions the way they are, sunshine, a bit of wind, tough test of golf. I've approached everything today a little bit calm and just a little bit as relaxed as I can be, and it's paid off. So I'm going to do exactly the same with the playoff and just see what happens, every one hole at a time.
So, start as you mean to carry on with the driver. Unleash one at the par 5 first. Oh yeah. Around and over and down you go. Very impressive. Nerves are gone.
Please welcome Carl Thorne.
Carl Thorne, 54, 9 handicap, Hessel Golf Club. Back 9 really well. I had 18 points front 9, so I was playing steady. I had a couple of shanks. Thankfully they were on shot holes. No scored on 17, which was really disappointing. But birdied 15, 16. It's only 1 point in the last 2 holes. But today I drove really well today, and that was the key, keeping it in play. Playoff hole 1, par 5. I parred that this morning. 4, I bogeyed 4, and I bogeyed 18. I've got to play better if I want to win the Trilby Tour. End of story. And what it'll mean to me? This is my 9th tour. 6 times I've been to the final. I was 6th down at Berkshire about 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Now's my chance. I've got to give it a go. That's it.
You know, of all the Trilby Tour events, just to make it through to the final and then to make it through to the final 4, it's a rare place to be. Grab your chance. Carpe diem, seize the day. And he's done that, Carl Thorne. A rabble-rouser down the right-hand side. Look at that. So, first to play is Mitchell Kerr going with an iron. Now, that's pretty good for line. Is he laying up? He's laying up badly. That one's sliding on the breeze, so out of position. Mitchell might see a bit of timber here. Oh, yes. Graphite shaft, fairway wood. And he's waltzed that down the left-hand side. Now, that's where it's finished. Wasn't far off being very good. He's okay. He's all right. Blackford. That's a little right over there. He's not buried yet. The best tee shot of the lot came from Carl Thorne. He's trying to hold it straight into that wind. He's trying to hook it from right to left. It hasn't. And it's kicked out to there. Now this is a par 5. It's quite tight, you can see, for the second shots. Not a lot of room. Thorne having a go, and this is awkward, isn't it? Well, he got the low squirt bit of it right. What about distance and line? He's on an upslope. That's one good thing about that. He's missed the bunker and his ball's on an upslope. That's going to help him. Chip and putt for a par required. Kerr, his third. Clear a swing, up and over the trees. Into that beautiful Hull sky.
Thank you.
And that's found the dance floor. That's very good. So he's putting for a birdie. It would be an unlikely one, as would be the Blackford birdie as well. Low. Chaser. And he's not on the green. Owen with plenty of room here. And he's played that very nicely. That's a very makeable putt for a birdie at a perfect start in the international final. Blackford, chip and putt required for the par. Go on. That is what he's got left for his 5 at the par 5 first playoff hole of 3. Now a little upslope for Carl Thorne here. Get the club underneath it, pop it up in the air. Like that. And hit a shot like that. Brilliant. Certainly made the most of his good fortune there with his third shot. Great up and down. So he's level. He's made his par 5. All of a sudden, doors close and doors open. This is a long birdie putt for Mitchell Kerr. Nobody screaming, get in. Nobody. Ooh, that's a rough one. 3 putt, 6 at the first. That would be a killer blow. Blackford for the par. And that is a 6 for Craig. So 1 over par after the first hole. And some tricky golf still to be played here at Hull Golf Club. On the green, Owen. Owen, birdie putt. Cat amongst the pigeons time. Back and through. Keep your head still. None of it worked. But it's a par. He will not be headed. No one is in front of him going into the second playoff hole. That's the key thing. Mitchell Kerr's approach putt was not great. And he's got this. Oh, and he's made it. That's clutch. That's really well done. Par 5 for Mitchell Kerr, the 14 handicapper. Well recovered, sir.
Joining us on the tee is 9 times champion?
Yeah.
9 times champion, Paul Rocky, legend Llewellyn. Great to see you here. Didn't do so good today yourself, but you know all about this, don't you? You know all about this tournament and know how to win it. So what they're doing, these boys, what's happening, especially Craig, what's he got to do here?
Well, he's got to get himself back into it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he's one above everybody else. There's still 2 holes to play. It's a par 3. He's going to play probably 7 iron, say, James?
Yeah, possibly.
So probably
8.
7 or 8
What about the
iron,
wind?
some of these guys. Wind's off
A
right
bit of wind,
left.
isn't it? Is it swirling a little bit, the wind?
I mean, really, I think it's swirling a little bit. It's gusty,
helping.
but
It's helping on this. Yeah.
they need to be below the hole. Really.
Craig had a real mess of that this morning. And not so much, he's got a point on it, hasn't he? He's still in the game. He's not blown up yet, has he?
No.
So I think so. This is not straightforward, is it?
No chance. No way.
Because it's not that short, is it? What is it? 165, 163?
165. Yeah. It plays our toughest par 3 traditionally. I think what the players might not feel is down here, sheltered by these trees. You can't feel the wind as much. But as the boys said, it's downwind off our right shoulder here.
Yeah.
But it's just if you miss a green left, if you miss it right, it's really, it's just you've got to nudge it in there. You've got to knock it in off the back foot, haven't you, and just go for centre of a green. Keep yourself in it.
I'm with you on that centre green. These 2 guys are going to go for a pin. I'm going to
keep yourself in it. Move to the last hole. Move to the 18th.
Yeah.
That's what I'd do.
I've seen William play. That's why he's going for the centre of the green. No doubt about that. Owen then 165. It was a very nice motion back and through. It looked really good. Stay. Oh, he's found that bunker. Tried to bounce it in. Almost a club out there. He could have pitched it up. I think it would have stopped. Care next to go at level par. That's a fade swing, no doubt about that. With no fade on board. That's a long way away from the target. Mitchell Kerr, worried, concerned. Pressure. It's the final. What about Carl Thorne? Can anybody find the green? And that may well trundle through. It has done. Nobody is on the putting surface. That's the best of the first 3 from Carl Thorne. So an opportunity for blow-up Blackford to rewrite his nickname. Land nice and soft. Not bad. Not bad at all. May even be able to putt that. Young Blackford. So we saw Owen's tee shot just roll into the bunker. What's the short game like? Oh, it nearly went in on the fly, and that's, well, a little keen, little too much ball, not enough sand. So he's played 2, struggling for par. Kerr's second. After a wild tee shot. It's only 165, this par 3. Tried to pitch it on the knuckle and get it to kick forward. That hasn't happened. So he's played 2. They were all thinking about the win, thinking about the trophy, thinking about the adoration. It's all on the line. Blackford, what can he do? Floundering all around him. Can he find something deep within? He might be able to if this goes in. Go on! Wow, what a touch. So Blackford, who started poorly, has parred the second playoff hole and is +1. Opportunity knocks. Owen from the back of the green. Tee shot wasn't good. The bunker shot wasn't good. You can always make up for it with a great putt. Nearly did. He slides to +1. That looks like it's going to be a popular score going down the last. So 2 men tied at 1 over. Thorne for the par to lead them all. Oh, and he holds it, drains it. There's the man that will have the lead. Within touching distance of the greatest championship of his life. Care for the par to stay level and be tied at the top. Well, he didn't leave it short, did he? No, he did not. That's 8 feet by. Large swallow and regret. All the mistakes he'd made in his life all coming to the fore. Hey, he's just put that and brushed it aside and knocked it in for an amazing bogey. So he's +1. One shot separates 4 players There's only going to be one world champion. Who will it be? Find out when we come back after the break.
William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate.
Not quite time to crack the champagne open yet at Hull Golf Club because there's still one hole to play in this World Championship, the International Grand Final. 18th tee box, it's a tough par 4, 453 yards, and the pressure is quite simply enormous. 4 men separated by 1 shot.
We're joined here on the last hole, Simon Deacon, the reigning champion, but not for long. Reigning champion. You were not here to give your trophy away today, were you?
No, I was never going to give it away today, but unfortunately, the wind got better of me today.
So it's the win, not
nothing to do with my golf, just the win. Just the win. Now, on this last hole, you were here last year, obviously, and you had to work hard, didn't you? Yeah, I had a good drive, but the second shot,
yeah, you had to work very hard. Now, we've just seen Craig get himself right back in it, best player. But your tip, Carl, is doing very well. I mean, I saw this morning, he said, I'm here to win.
Yeah, he's had many goes at it. I know him, he's played this course so many times. He's played scratch league level around here against us before. Used to be a policeman, he can handle pressurised situations. You know, I just had a good feeling about him.
James, a man who knows nothing of pressure, as we said before, how are they feeling right now?
Well, Carl will feel pretty happy, I would imagine, after
happy or really stressed, because he looks really
he's
sound
done
in,
well,
doesn't
though.
he?
He played a great chip on the first, service par.
Yeah.
Played a great pot on
Good
that
point.
one. So
Good
2
point.
pressure points. He's come
saving
out on
it.
top both
He's
times.
doing a rocket of Llewellyn here, isn't he?
Well, let's see. But
we flirted him off the
he's
pad and brought Simon in.
See, he's looking down this hole thinking par.
Yeah.
Everyone else is chasing. Everyone got to think birdie.
Yeah.
So
you'll
it
take
makes
a
it a
par.
bit easier.
You'll take a par.
I would if I was him.
Simon?
Yeah, I don't think you'll ever play this hole easier than it is today. It's down off the right. If you just get it inside that right hand side tree, it flies down there and it's playing a lot easier than normal.
Call for par to win.
Yeah,
Call for par to win.
Okay.
Go, Carl.
So here we go. Carl Thorne, level par. Most important drive of his life now. Is that too far left? Has he overcooked it? Yes, he has. Needs a line. He needs a line out of the trees. A worried face, isn't it? Heavy of brow. To Owen. +1. And that's a slinger from right to left. Overslung. Snap hooked. Into oblivion. He can only hope it's missed everything and it's gone as far left as it can possibly go. What an opportunity for Mitchell Kerr. Now this is cutting down the left with a bit of fade. Just hang on there. Hang on. Yeah, that's beautiful compared to the other two. That is primo. Blackford also +1. Oh, he's ripped it. Craig, blow up, Blackford, take a bow. What a tee shot. There's a bit of a chance here for Carl Thorne. It's not bad for line. He's tried to force it low and keep it down. Now it's not on the green. It clipped a leaf, but that really won't hold it up too much. So we'll see shortly where that's finished. One of the really good tee shots came from Mitchell Kerr. What about the second? Will he bounce it in or will he pitch it on? Trying to bounce it in. He's not made a bad job of this. Very good shot. So they're in 2 on this difficult closing hole with everything at stake. +1 might win this, or it might get a chunk of a playoff. Blackford. He's trying to draw. He's trying to draw. Oh, it's a great shot. Well done. I think whatever happens, Craig Blow Up Blackford has lost his name. No more blow up. Craig Iron Vein Blackford. Now for Owen, the news was good. His tee shot was so snap hooked, it was so far left, he actually had a shot. And he's got that onto the putting surface in 2 blows. That's a really good break for George. Wonder where Carl Thorne's second finished. Well, this is it. So some way from the green. The man who's level par All the others are putting. For birdies, by the way. And that will leave him a lengthy par putt. The man that's out in front. Oh, this is really difficult to call. Nobody looking super confident. Mitchell Kerr from the fringe. Bet he's got the flag in. Let's have a look. Has he? Has he? And he has hit the most lovely lag putt. I would be fairly certain he's going to post +1 for the 3 playoff holes and then have a look at the others. Owen for the birdie. Greens are superb at Hull Golf Club. Plenty of speed on board. And that one was almost a game winner. So he will be +1. That's 2 of them. Can anybody beat that? Well, Carl Thorne can if he knocks this in for a par. This might well be to become world champion. Don't leave it short. Little nervy. He knows that the best score possible from the 2 players that finished is +1. He will be +1. That's 3 on 1 over. What about Craig Blackford? This needs to hurry. It needs to hurry. So he has to hold this for a 4-man playoff, would you believe? Come on, Craig. Superb. He's +1. He's +1. That's 2. You know what's going to happen here, don't you? We're going back down the 18th again. Here's for another +1. Carl Thorne. He bogeys the final hole, but he had that 1-shot lead. So 3 men are tied. And it's only a matter of time for the 4th one to join them. And it's all to the final tee again. All to play for. So time for everybody to gather back around that 18th hole. Now this better draw because he's aiming straight right. Oh my goodness me, he's certainly got a bit of draw on it. And that's kicked out, I think, back onto the fairway. He's had a major break, although he's miles from the green. Next up, George Owen. He hit a big hook the first time, he's done it again. He may not be as lucky this time. Absolutely clear shot. Oh, look at that. That's going to be okay. Remarkable. Mitchell Kerr. Driver. Just keep it smooth. He's a fader. Starts at left. Cutting back. But not enough. Nobody on the fairway. Or the right fairway. That's down the other side. It's not coming back. He's got a bit of air in front of him. He's not blocked out, it doesn't seem.
They're all over the place. What's going on? Carl, blimey, I mean, what a bit of luck he had there.
Well, he has had a bit of luck, but he's still a long way from the green now.
He's not going to get into it there for 2, is he?
Now.
Yeah.
He got a full shot in.
He's got a full shot in.
Ever the positive.
George, you said he's not hit his driver all day today, has he? Well,
he hasn't hit it a lot, and he hasn't hit a single fairway.
He keeps pulling it out, and he's not done it again. Craig, I didn't see where Craig spilled it right.
Middle of the fairway, which is not as far as last time.
No, that was Mitch. Craig's on down the right.
Yeah, Craig's on the right.
If he's got a good lie, he's the best position.
Right, one guy that none of us have spoken about is Mitchell, and he's in position number 1.
Yeah.
He's got a long shot in.
What do you say? We could have egg on our face on this one, couldn't we?
Do us. Yeah.
Let's get down there.
So Carl Thorne ricocheted backwards, but onto the fairway, which is good, but he can't reach. And now that one's squirting to the right. He hasn't got the 1-shot advantage he had the first time down 18, so this is all very costly. Mitchell Kerr, his second. That's a full go, isn't it? That's a full swipe. Not too bad. Certainly chip and puttable from there for Mitchell. And this is all rather ragged. Craig, the Blackford. Oh no, that didn't sound good. That sounded like a Lucy Lockett, which is a shank in layman's terms. Straight right. Oh, we'll see now. We'll get the perfect view. Oh yes. Not good. It's so annoying when you've worked so hard and you got yourself into this position. Produce a shot like that. Owen. Look how nicely he's lying after hitting his tee shot miles left. Second shot's left. So he's missed the target. Par could be good enough here to win the lot. Blackford, not out of it. What about this? He's talking to it. A lot of heavy breathing. You know, funny things happen in tournaments. That is a poor third shot, but he has a par putt. And 4 might be good enough. Thorne's third. Squirty fairway would put him there, trying to outmaneuver everything and beat Mother Nature, and he's done that pretty well. It's a great recovery. You can never tell, can you? The guy that looks to be the worst off sometimes ends up the best. Kerr's third. Now this is very doable. Chipping a putt for a par. I'd say it's not very doable now after that one. Phew. Cold sweat, I think, for these 4. Owen's second was a long way left, like the tee shot. Now that's a better view of his approach. And he's played that beautifully. So that is going to be for a par 4. And that may well be good enough to make him a world champion. Let's see. Blackford for the miracle. Along the deck. Hit the pin. So he has played 4. That's going to be a bogey 5 at best for Craig. It's all building to a crescendo here. Mitchell Kerr, little tier to go up there, and then it goes over the top of the hill, and very good try, but not a par, a bogey 5. So no joy for Mitchell. They're all under pressure because of Owen's third. Thorne for an unlikely 4, it has to be said. And that's not coming around, so they're all blue 1 for the extra hole. So it's quite simple. Blackford will tap this in for his bogey. And he doesn't even do that, so that's a 6. He's definitely out of it. Fine effort from Craig Blackford. It won't be 2019. So Kerr to take care of his 5th shot, which he's done. He's +1. They're all getting out of the way, setting the scene for the 3-footer for the World Championship 2019. It's simple. It's just a straight through, can't miss, 3-footer, and it's all over. To be a world champion. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That means 1 man has been eliminated, Craig blow up Blackford, and the other 3 are going back to 18 once again. Astonishing. Owen, left 2 times in a row. Here's his driver. Guess what? He's hooked it left. Can he be lucky for a 3rd time? Well, that might be a little tighter than the others. He might be okay. Not on the correct fairway, though. Thorne aiming down the right. And hitting a low smother left. It's in play. It's missed all the timber. It's in that first cut. Not too bad. Mitchell Kerr. Driver as well. Come on. Oh, the high sliding slice to the right. That's out of position. He needs a bit of luck. He needs a lie, and he needs a line. And here it is. Well, I can't see where he's aiming here, except straight into that huge tree. Oh, he's gone over the top. Now, where is it? Lost in the sunshine. Anywhere. It's landed. And he's found the putting surface. That's a brilliant shot. Out of nowhere, after a poor tee shot. That is getting better and better and better. That is worthy of a world championship. But he'll have to wait. Other people can make birdies, including Carl Thorne. Now this has to go straight, a knuckleball onto the putting surface. Oh, it kicked left. Little unfortunate there. Maybe he can chip in. And guess what? Owen's fine. He's absolutely fine, a long way down. Get it on the green over the top of the trees. He won't know how close Master Care is. Again, doesn't seem overly pleased. It's short. So, chip and run. Run it down the green. Make your 4. Make Mitchell Care have to hold it for an unlikely 3. It was the right sort of shot. Just needed an ounce extra and it would have been really good. 3 shots played. Hasn't made a par 4 yet. A chip and a putt for Carl Thorne would be really nice. That's also going to be a struggle. So 2 players haven't yet got their par 4 and Mitchell Care is in there tight for 2. 1 by 1. They're frittering their chances of being this year's world champion. For the par, and it's missed. It will not be George Owen. Just tap in for his 5. He'll be bitterly disappointed because he had a good break there from the tee again. Hasn't made a par. And if this doesn't go in for a par 4. Oh, and it has done. Mega. What a putt. Brilliant up and down in the end. So he has posted 4. And that might be good enough to go down the 18th once more. Unless Mitchell Care knocks this in from 5 feet. Does he? Does he? He does! He becomes the world champion for 2019. Of all the 4 tee shots that were hit in that second playoff hole, he hit by far the worst, but then produced a miracle shot worthy of Severiano Ballesteros. It was incredible. The family are there, the grandparents are there, the kids are there. The rest of Hull Golf Club can only hold their breath and admire that man. And what a world champion. Mitchell Care.
Absolutely ecstatic. I just can't believe that it's actually happened, sort of thing. Quite speechless, to be honest. Just don't know what to say. And then I was like way back in the hay and kind of hit a miracle shot from nowhere, and I didn't even know it had rolled up onto the green. I was playing for a 100-yard layup, but it just, heard some clapping, and then someone said it's about 4 feet away. I was like, mine.
Another fantastic day at Hull. Incredible, mad playoff. Players, some new players. We'd never seen Mitch before. We all know about Blow Up, Craig Blackford. Carl, he came today and he said, I'm going to win this today, this is mine. And he meant it. A lot of guys said it, but he meant it. George, he's the best player there by far. Played brilliant all day. Just couldn't keep it together in the playoff, So where's Mitch come from? What happened? Not one of us picked him, and he won. And that is what happens on the Trilby Tour.
We've already seen it a couple of times, but shot of the day has to go to Mitchell Care's championship-winning approach to the green on the second replayed playoff hole. Rob reckons it was worthy of Ballesteros, and who are we to argue? But now, even though it's the final, we have still found a few awful shots to relegate to Rogues Gallery. Here's Kev Thompson eschewing the green and sending his second on the 10th straight into the drink. And we don't know how he did it, but here he is on the same hole duffing his follow-up on the other side of the fairway. Gets around as our Kev. Same hole again, and Tony Arthas avoids the drink by sending his approach long and right, before gloriously tickling his third shot just those few feet closer to the hole. Bunkered on the 4th, Daniel George ensures he escapes and continues to escape all the way over the horizon. On the tee of the same hole, Sam Clayton plays a shot that simply refuses to quit, even when it entirely runs out of fairway, green and rough. He manages to locate it, however, and this time sends it on a scenic tour of the green before taking in a distant bunker. An unusual who'd be a cameraman effort now as Ben Rosenbrook cannily uses the contours of the green on 12 to curve his shot perilously close to hitting Joe. But not close enough, Mr. Rosenbrook, not close enough. And finally, it's who'd be a cameraman's buggy as Ben Thorne sends his tee shot on the 8th way past the green in an attempt to get his ball a cheeky lift back to the clubhouse. And that's it, the end of the 2019 Trilby Tour. Congratulations to all the champions, thanks to all the host clubs and their amazing staff, and thanks to you for joining us for yet another wonderful year of amateur golf. If you'd like to become involved in the 2020 Trilby Tour, please contact us via the website at www.trilbytour.com, and we'll see you next year. William Hunt Savile Row, the perfect gentleman's playground in London, Manchester, Glasgow and Harrogate.